What is up, you guys? The AK-47's here with a surprise feature for you today that I didn't know that I was actually going to be riding, and that happens to be the 2016 Yamaha R1S, which is the cheapest version of the R1, and it is $1,500 less expensive than the standard R1. The only difference between this bike and the regular R1 is the wheels are a little bit heavier. They're not magnesium anymore. The connecting rods are not magnesium anymore. And then the oil pan is a different material as well. The entire bike is the exact same pretty much, other than that. It adds 9 pounds of a difference from the standard R1 to this R1. And other than that, there is no difference. So this bike is 9 pounds heavier, and that's the only difference, and it's $1,500 less expensive. So it retails for just under 15 grand, and there's a butterfly, but it retails for just under 15 grand. This is brand new off the showroom floor, right out of the crate. They just set it up for me back in the service department over here. So we're going to get the first start of this one just like we did the 2015 R1 last time we rode. Do that really quick. Get the first computer start up here. Alrighty, and here we go. And she lives. Let's set our mirrors really quick, even though they're going to be horrible anyway. You get all your same modes. Switch through. Get all the different switch through the modes A, B, C, and D. And you can see the power and the traction control and the stability control and all that kind of stuff changing there, which you can go in and custom set, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to mess with the stock stuff. Got your high beam, low beam over here for the flash to pass. High beam, low beam, turn signals, horn, your hazards, your mode, your up and down selector, and then you have your menu wheel over here. So we got the trip, the air temperatures, the bike temperatures, trip 1 and 2, odometer. There's 0 miles on it. Fuel economy, fuel average, current fuel, and there you go. Alrighty. Got your nice gear indicator there. Got your speedometer, your digital RPMs. Obviously you got your brake sensor over there when you can use the brakes. And you got your gyroscope sensor over there as well, right next to that. Got your ABS light and your neutral light, high beam lights over there. I'm gonna let this thing get nice and warm before we head out. Man, that sounds good. Alrighty. So we're gonna go out here. I need to adjust my brake lever a little bit. In the front, needs to come a little bit closer. There we go. Alrighty. So the R1S. Need to break in the brakes a little bit, just because they're obviously brand new. So the R1S is basically the more, how do you say this, consumer-friendly version of the R1. It's cheaper, it doesn't have the super nice amenities on it. It doesn't have a quick shifter, it doesn't have the really nice like magnesium wheels and stuff like that. They've all been replaced with either steel parts or aluminum parts. But like I said, it only added 9 pounds to the motorcycle. So that's nothing. All the power is the same. Another thing, I think the red line has been reduced on the R1S a little bit, so it doesn't have as much top end as the regular R1. But unless you're on the track, you're not gonna need the top end of this bike all the way up there anyway, because if you're all the way up in the top end of this bike, you're going to need to be on a track. So there's no point in stressing over the fact that your top end is gone just a little bit. This bike though has, you know, more of the consumer in mind rather than the older track day going crowd, because the normal R1 and the R1M are kind of more geared towards the track style. So you get the older crowd that kind of wants to go to the track days and stuff like that, that rides these things. And Yamaha was like, hey, we need to get the younger crowd back on these things a little bit cheaper. And it's still, you know, not by any means a cheap motorcycle. It's $14,900 out of the showroom floor, as compared to the regular R1, which is I think $16,500 or $16,400 or something like that. So this bike is cheaper, but it just doesn't have some of the really nice track day amenities or the weight saving amenities that the higher end regular R1 and the R1M have. The R1 that I rode, the 2015, was the white and red version of the 2015 style, and I'm also riding the white and red and black. What the heck? Oh, it's a car alarm. I thought that was the bus. But I'm also riding the white and red and black version of the 2016 R1S as opposed to the black version. And this bike, the way that they have styled this machine, looks fantastic. This bike looks fantastic. It is no doubt the best looking newer R1 that you can get is the white, red, and black R1S paint scheme. Because the white and the red really, and the black, highlight the lines and the curves of this bike that make it so unique. And they hide the little teeny ugly features like the bulging headlights. You don't notice it as much because of the black. You still have the fully adjustable suspension and all your track modes and stuff like that. So, whoa, that thing needs to stop swerving over here. The clutch, even though it's a cable clutch and not a hydraulic clutch, is very, very smooth, very light, very easy to pull in, very easy to control. Normally, it kind of gives you the same feel as the hydraulic clutch almost. Want to be careful on these new tires too. That throttle in A mode is very on-off. Throttle response is twitchy. UPS truck. And all this dirt and stuff in the road. Stuff you gotta look out for. Alrighty. Coming through here, there's nothing. Whoa, holy crap, did you see that squirrel? Oh my goodness. Holy cow. All right. Wow, that got my heart pounding a little bit. Goodness gracious. Oh man. It's stuff like that that gets my heart pounding. And it's not necessarily because, oh, there's a squirrel there, because I've hit skunks. When I had my ZX6, I hit a skunk doing about 65, and I mean, I felt a bump, but it wasn't anything that was like super terrifying. And I've also hit a squirrel and a bird. So I'm not, and I've never gone down or ever came close to going down. Now it all, you know, depends on the angle of your wheel and, you know, the certain conditions when you hit the thing. But it's not necessarily hitting the animal that freaks me out, but it's the fact that this is not my bike, and it's a brand new bike that I do not want to hit anything on. All right, but it seems to handle going back and forth quite nicely. Like that little transition right there was quite nice. I have my good transition up here where I like to hit it with a little bit of speed and carry through the corners, because you can see through all of the corners, so you can see if there's like a deer or something like that around the corner. But it's right at the end of this turn here, because you can see all through that turn right there, there's no animals that you can possibly see, so carry a little bit of speed through it. Very planted, obviously it's not very fast. Then you come through here, a little switchback section, left, right, left. It goes back and forth very, very nicely. Calm down the RPMs again there a little bit. But yeah, bike feels great going back and forth. The throttle input, like rolling on the throttle like this, very smooth. You can feel the power output being upped as you're going. You can feel the power picking up as you go through the RPMs, which is nice. Downshifting and the shifting is very smooth. The clutch is very smooth. The seat is actually not bad. I sat on it for the first time on video, actually. Like when I sat down on it the first time in the video, that was the first time I ever sat on this thing. And the seat's actually not bad at all. I'm actually quite impressed with the seat. I mean, it's still hard, and it's still your sport bike seat, but the way the seat is actually shaped, R1s tend to have a little bit of a wider seat, so it's not as sore after a while if you're sitting on it for a long period of time, because you have more of like a wide cushion for you to sit on. It just sounds so cool. And I'm not really sure when that exactly kicks on in the power band there. I didn't actually get to look at the RPMs, but when you hit that and you hear the little grunt that it has, as well as you feel it under you, it just vibrates, and it makes you feel like you're sitting on a rocket that's getting ready to take off. Like, I imagine that's what a thruster would feel like in a rocket ship. Would be something like that, like rumbly, like explosion getting ready to happen. All around though, great bike so far. I'm really enjoying this. This is the first time I've actually thoroughly enjoyed one of the newer R1s. I'm actually enjoying this quite a lot. And I'm really not sure why I'm enjoying this one more than the regular R1 that I rode last year-ish. But this one just seems to feel like more homey to me right now. All right, so this is what the 2016 R1S looks like from the really nice angle in the front here. That is a really nice looking bike, guys. It is beautiful. This bug smear off here. Got the nice integrated turn signals in the blinker, or sorry, in the mirrors right there. You still got the stupid big eye looking headlights right there that I don't like, but the black of this part right here actually hides the little bulge that it has quite nicely, so it still looks completely fine. You got the nice black coming down the sides. You got these nice little white and black and red stickers and accents and stuff like that. You got them on the tail right here as well. The only thing I wish they would have put these stickers, like the white and black decal stickers, like right down here on this front piece, because it's just a red front hugger, so it kind of looks a little bit like parts bin-ish. Doesn't really look like it fits. You got the nice black wheels. They're not the same ones on the R1, but they're nice and black. And you got like this red center part to your rotors here, which is kind of nice looking. You got the nice hollowed out tail there. The tail section right there looks nice. Nice blinkers. The blinkers don't actually look stock on these things, but they actually are. And then you got the R1 right there on the swing arm. Nice titanium exhaust. Really nice looking bike. Got the adjustable handlebars. Not handlebars, the adjustable lever. This nice white, shiny, pearlescent, sparkly paint up here, which looks really nice. That nice white, sparkly, shiny Yamaha white. So you got your typical, you know, stock sounding exhaust. Stuff like that. And you get it revving a little bit. That's about 6,000 RPM, 7,000 RPM. Has that nice beefy tone to it, but doesn't really get like grunty and loud until you get up higher in the RPM range. But there's police, and it's brand new, so we're gonna head out of here now. Is all this just for the dam?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, there's a water rescue. That's what's happening. So I guess it kind of was because of the dam, but it was just a big water rescue mission, which is why the cops were down there, I guess. But yeah, guys, like I said at the beginning of this video, this bike retails for just under $15. It's the cheapest R1 that you can buy, but I have had a blast on this thing. And it is such a nice feeling bike. It's a great looking bike. And it rides wonderfully and sounds wonderful and feels wonderful just in general. So if you guys are interested in coming to see this thing, head on down to Central Texas Powersports. We might still have this one there by the time you come see it. And if we do, feel welcome to ask about it. Come find me or ask another one of our sales associates or whatever about this bike. And maybe get you set up for a test ride or something like that if possible. And we'll go from there. But as for right now, I have thoroughly enjoyed this motorcycle a lot. And I would definitely recommend it to somebody looking for a 1000cc bike. It's definitely by no means a beginner bike, even though it has power modes. No means a beginner bike. So you have to have experience to ride these things. And if you're looking for one though, if you're looking for an R1 or you're looking for a 1000cc bike, definitely come give this one a shot and check this thing out. Nice bet, because this bike is fantastic so far. Alright guys, adios.